fired up somehow.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosa. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28. That's the one, the only. It is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, what's happening, buddy?
Oh, I'm trying to decide what kind of games do I get into this week. Is it going to be finishing up Spider-Man? Do I move on? It's hard to move on sometimes, though. Let that be the lesson.
Dude, I keep going back to Assassin's Creed.
Still, eh?
Yep, I'm still in the world of Valhalla. They just launched the new Forgotten Saga. You can check out the show this week on ITG and, on OTT platforms and our website, insidethegame.ca. There you can watch my impression of Forgotten Saga, the rogue-like experience, Scott, for Assassin's Creed.
I am very curious. We haven't spoken internally about that. I'm going to have to watch.
There you are, because I'm not about to give it away, so take that, everybody. But people can join us live right now over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, coming up on today's show, Spider-Man 2 could be getting a feature that will change the game. Disney and Marvel games will hold their own showcase next month, and Lord of the Ring games are in the making. There's a lot more in the works, apparently. There's a big old deal just happened, and that one is curious to talk about. What is up, Northern Nerdcast? What's happening, Brad? Brad joins us live over on Twitch right now. Scott, let's get into today's show. It's a big one. Marvel Spider-Man 2 could contain a highly requested new feature. This comes from Logan Moore over at, I didn't put it in there. Oh, shame on me. Comicbook.com, I want to say it is, Scott.
I think that's Comic Book, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Logan in there enough times. I think I know by now.
We become familiar.
Yeah, we certainly do. It looks like
I'm going to recognize Wesley LeBlanc if I see him on the street. It's funny.
That's over gaming for me. There's another shout out. It looks like Marvel Spider-Man 2, which is the forthcoming sequel to Insomniac's popular PlayStation game, could contain a feature that many fans have been asking for. As of this past week, the original Marvel Spider-Man finally came to PC. Shout out to Scott checking that one out with Corey. You can check out our review over on Twitch and Inside the Game. But it came to Steam and, dude, the Epic Game Store. That was cool. It's nice to see it there. But let's move on. Spotted by user Dwayne Tamp. The code within the PC iteration of Marvel Spider-Man contains mentions of a co-op feature, Scott.
Oh.
While Marvel Spider-Man itself contains no co-op functionality, clearly Insomniac was at one point toying around with the idea of multiplayer that would allow one player to play as Peter Parker while the other controls Miles Morales. Scott, dude, that'd be a huge feature going into Spider-Man 2.
Oh, it certainly would. I'm thinking of the one I just played. If that was 2-player, how would that kind of change up the dynamic? And it would have had a lot of fun, but I'm wondering, how do you structure missions around that?
Well, the thing for me is, I think moving into Spider-Man 2, it's set up now because they're introducing Miles and Peter Parker at the same time, that there is an opportunity for a co-op feature. Will it be start to finish co-op for the campaign, or is this like a side quest that you will go out with your friends and stuff? Please don't make it a live service game. Right? We don't want that.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, let's not do that. But maybe you can give us, dude, you remember Deniable Ops for Splinter Cell?
That's exactly where I was going to go.
Right?
That's funny. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Kind of a separate side story campaign to go.
Exactly. Allow us to hook up, invite our friends into the party, and the way we kind of go out from there. But we don't have to complete, because honestly, dude, I want my single player Spider-Man experience. I want the story told me in the vision, the way that Insomniac wants to tell their story, so I can get from point A to point B and love it the entire time. And then let's goof around in some kind of co-op feature. Right there, you can see a bit of a tag team between Miles and Peter as they're kind of tying people up with the web shooters, right? Like, dude, there's opportunity here now that they brought one game over with obviously the first Spider-Man, and then they brought in Miles Morales on his own separate story, and now let's twine them together kind of. And then all of a sudden, dude, we are into this other layer of opportunity, right? So there's huge things we could do here with Spider-Man, but do you think it is a separate entity we're going to get, or is it going to be right from the get-go you can join up and team up together?
I'm thinking it's probably going to be available the entire time, but perhaps just like a line of side missions that allow you to add somebody else, because it doesn't seem it seems very ambitious to have two people just going through the entire world together. You know, how does that, if I'm on one side of New York, are you on the other side? Do we have to stay tight? You know, there's a lot of questions.
Dude, the worst one is the Lego games. Oh man, playing the Lego games, especially on split screen, the way the screen shifts and tilts, and then all of a sudden you go too far, and it's just turns into a mess. And I've never been a big fan of that scenario. So I'm hoping this way, yeah, wherever you go is where you go, and I'll be over here. Don't mess with whatever I'm doing, but let's work together. So I just don't want a disconnect.
Island. Dead Island's one that works really well, actually. You do have to maintain kind of a close knit group, but at the same time it'll allow you to spread far enough. But it just, you don't have the mobility in that game that would make me think this would be hard to pull off in Spider-Man.
Well, dude, take a look at Assassin's Creed Unity. That was
I never played Unity co-op. I don't know why I even bothered.
You missed out.
It was a good game.
Oh man, you missed out the co-op experience in that because you're 4 assassins, man. Like that is, we need another Assassin's Creed title. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Infinity, whatever that turns out to be, I guess. But
I'm discovering through this episode that you and I need to play that and Splinter Cell. Deniable Ops.
Dude, I'll download it the minute we're done this show. Show's over, everybody. Thanks for coming out. All right, that's
until tomorrow. I'll see you inside the game.
Oh, Kyle joins us, says he didn't like Unity. Really?
Oh
man, I like Unity a lot, especially the co-op feature. That was the biggest thing. We always played multiplayer, right? And then they had the Wolf Pack, which is it was their spin of a 4-person co-op experience on the multiplayer side, but never where you actually got into having a 4-person experience throughout the entire world, throughout the game, where you can go in and actually achieve missions. This is kind of more of a, it was like a domination mode, I believe. It's been a long time since I played the Wolfpack mode. Dude, that's a throwback right there, Scott. All right, time to move on. Let's get going, Scott.
I want co-op in the newest, whatever it is, Dishonored in whatever form it takes on next.
All right,
co-op or Thief in 2-player. Oh man, the endless possibilities.
Dude, will we ever see another Thief game?
I really hope so, but
IS Montreal now at the Embracer Group, right? They're with the Embracer Group now. IS Montreal's gone. We have opportunities there. There is something on the table, unless Square owns the IP. That's the only thing. Do they own the IP?
You know, that is possible. I'm not actually certain.
Well, then rest in peace to Thief.
A little bit further.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, if that's the case, we'll never see another Thief game. It's gone. If Square Enix owns that, okay. Oh yeah. Now you got me. Man, I gotta know now. All right, let's get moving on. It's time to tune in as Marvel and Disney have their own showcase coming on September 9th. We'll be there 4 p.m. Eastern time. You can join us, hang out, and watch along. It's hosted by Kinda Funny's Blessing Adebayo. Yeah, man, Adebayo Jr. I've been watching Kinda Funny now for almost a decade at this point. So you think I know how to say Blessing's name? It was kind of one of those things.
Actually I was not certain on how to pronounce that myself.
Adebayo. Yeah, it's the A at the end.
I'm the guy who handles some of the name pronunciation.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just here to butcher everybody's name, so stick around.
Well, don't take it personal. It's this is quite widespread.
This is just how it happens here. Live from D23 Expo, presented by Visa, Disney is streaming the Disney and Marvel Games Showcase to fans worldwide on Friday, September 9th at 4 p.m. Eastern. So you can tune in. Here's a little PSA, Scott. I was reading this whole little spiel, what we're going to get into, and we're going to get stuff like Lego Star Wars, we were just mentioning that one, Disney Dreamlight Valley, Marvel's Midnight Suns. Maybe we'll get a sneak peek at what the game actually is.
Yeah, hopefully there's something to show there.
Right, exactly. And whatever Amy Hennig's up to over at Skydance and New Media. Dude, whatever her next game is. Do you think, is it a Star Wars game, or is it like more in the Marvel side of things?
Ooh, quite possibly more into the Marvel kind of thing.
I think she just moved on completely now from Star Wars. I really wanted that 1313. I keep going back.
Yeah. Oh, man. 1313 is one of those things that I surprisingly don't know that much about it, but it's better off that way.
Yeah, I guess at this point, right?
See it.
So here's a little PSA. If you are interested in co-streaming the Disney and Marvel Game Showcase with us on Twitch, here is how you get involved. When the Disney Marvel Showcase broadcast begins on Marvel's Twitch channel, it's roughly around 4 p.m. Eastern, September 9th, 2022. This is the only time in which Twitch creators are permitted to co-stream. So you can co-stream your Twitch channel. VODs and clips of the event and episode will not be allowed even on Twitch afterwards, dude. That's the biggest thing right there. So if you're going to co-stream, you also are going to need to use the hashtag Marvel co-stream in your co-stream titles in the special events streaming category on Twitch. Dude, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, no, that's a little bit of an increased security.
Absolutely, that's a big move. So over there you're like, okay, well, we got some rules to follow. Normally we just co-stream the event, right? State of Play, we do it all the time, and other events like that, Xbox Showcase, dude, you just toss it up, away you go, and you're just there to hang out and have a good time. Here you can showcase that, and that is all, and nothing else afterwards. I'm a bit surprised, because you think you want to keep that media buzz kind of going, right?
Yeah, it makes me wonder what kind of things they're going to show off that they don't want scrutinized, maybe frame by frame.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Okay, I'm going back up. So, the showcase by Adeoye Jr. That's how it goes. Man, took me a while. Adeoye. There it is.
Okay.
Nailed it. I knew it was there. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's got a little bit of a twist in it, though. Dude, let's get into what Multiverses is up to next as well. Multiverses next fighter, Black Adam and Stripe, revealed season 1 of Multiverses kicks off this week as well. My kids are already in it. They're pumped. Just like that, dude.
I haven't started. I haven't really looked into it too much, but I'm gonna get back onto Multiverses. I'm a little afraid to face your kids though.
I don't blame you.
I'll definitely get destroyed.
Yeah, no, they're in there. They're playing all the time. Austin right now is still using Shaggy. I asked him if he's excited for the new characters. He's like, I'm still gonna use Shaggy. I'm like, fair enough, right? So yeah, still one of those things. Dude, it's crushing things right now. But where is it here? There are new characters on the way as well. You can play as Morty on August 23rd. So there's a bonus there.
Yeah. That's going to pull me back in.
I was going to ask. So there also are data mine leaks back in March suggested characters like Harry Potter, Fred Flintstone, and Gizmo from the Gremlins. You think we'll see them?
Gizmo, that's interesting, actually. I think they added Stripe from Gremlins, so that's definitely doable.
Right? They're already there. Why not? So how about Harry Potter?
Yeah, that's one that I didn't see coming. Is the Multiverses truly the new Smash Brothers? Are we going to get really strange additions as time goes on?
Maybe.
Looking at you, Sora.
Right? Maybe. They do have an opportunity now. Here, okay, so...
Okay, how long until Goku from Dragon Ball? That's essentially where the thought ends.
Well, will we see anything in the realm from NetherRealms at all?
Oh.
Dude, the fact that there is no Scorpion yet kind of surprises me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Scorpion really kind of bounces around to some of these fighters when the opportunity presents itself. So
is that too much of a mature audience? Are they playing to something that wouldn't necessarily happen there?
I don't think so. Especially if they go with the art style that they're in, right? So all of a sudden now you turn Scorpion into more of a Fortnite-like kind of design, right?
Oh, I hear the comments screaming now.
That's kind of where I'm expecting, but yeah,
get over here.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be Mortal Kombat 11, but they do have the opportunity to pull in some of those characters as well. So I'd be surprised if we don't see a Sub-Zero or a Scorpion make his way over to Multiverses at some point.
Actually, I thought about that being mature visually. That makes sense, but at the same time, Rick and Morty is just full of not children's humor, so having an inclusion from them already kind of opens the door.
No, for sure. Scott, I missed an article here and I was like, where did that one go? Here it is. I want to jump up to the Lord of the Rings. Okay, we've got more on the go. Weta Workshop and Private Division to release new game set outside of films. Dude, I'm all over the place today. Let's go from Ryan over at IGN. A new Lord of the Rings game is on its way with Weta Workshop and Private Division, set as part of a literary universe rather than its of the films. So they're making their own kind of Middle Earth experience.
Well, it's literary is going to be sticking to the source material, but I'm curious on that because do you remember the last trilogy of Lord of the Rings games? I think it was named after the titles, Return of the King and such. But I used to play those back in, we're talking PS2 era.
I was gonna say I don't remember any of those, man.
It
My
was
last.
I'm going back 20 years.
Yeah,
It was there
Were you
was things
alive
in
then?
that surprisingly, yes. There was parts of that game though that followed the books, and I only knew about
Gotcha.
that because I went, "What? When does Legolas fight a sea monster in the beginning of the Fellowship?" I don't remember that. And
Right.
I asked my brother. He said, "You have to read the book. That's in the book. There's a lot that's in the book that's not in the movies."
Makes sense, right? For those who don't know who Weta Workshop is, they're an incredible company that does some of the best set pieces in animation and film work around. So the fact that they're working on a Lord of the Rings game is a big thing, right? Announced today via Twitter, the upcoming game takes place in Middle Earth with Weta, who worked on the original Peter Jackson movies as well as Amazon's The Rings of Power, teaming up with Take-Two's private division publishing label. So that's dude, it's a big get. This is a big one, and obviously this is brand new, so don't expect to see it for the next 6 years, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely one of those things that it's coming, and to be teamed up with such an incredible company, I think that's going to be a big one when it does finally break.
Well, do you think we're hearing about it now for financial investor kind of reasons? Do you think that's maybe why there's an
Absolutely.
announcement?
Yeah, and like they've got the backing, and Weta would just teamed up with Unity as well. So they're in there with Unity, the game engine itself. So they're teaming up with them. Now they're in here with Private Division. Like they've got some big names behind them and of course Weta is no small name in itself. So the fact that they're now making more Lord of the Rings content, they've already worked on Lord of the Rings, so they already got the history and the pedigree of what they're creating and such. So now to bring this over into the game world, dude, I'm excited. It's going to be, like I said, a very long time before we see anything at all, but we do have Gollum on the way as well, right? I think that's another thing.
That's what has me thinking, what is this one going to center around? Are we going to go into a side story? Will it encompass the main kind of Fellowship?
Yeah,
Because with Gollum coming in, that's a complete different turn.
Gollum's going to be a stealth game, which I'm excited for, but it's still, is there a release date for
It makes me
Gollum?
think of Styx.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, Styx was okay. Nate and I reviewed it for the show. We did reviewed Styx 1 and Styx 2. Styx 2 is definitely the better game. Obviously, they had more time and kind of practice on what they had built off
And
the first
co-op,
one.
I believe.
It did. So that was cool too. But
Add that to the list.
it's dude, it's still not Dishonored though. That's
I don't know if anything will be.
ever again.
Thief is as close as I got to Dishonored. It's like Dishonored, but without magic.
Yeah, that's
I think you have the vision, but I think that's where it ends.
Yeah. Did you ever play the newest one?
The newest Thief?
Yeah.
I believe that's the one I played. Yeah, it was on Xbox One.
Yep. You played it then. Good.
It was just titled Thief, and
yes, it was.
Man, yeah, no. If you're a stealth fan, sorry, I have to rant about this one. This game is amazing as a fan of stealth games. It's just like Dishonored. You can kill, you cannot kill. I go through being a ghost. That's just kind of how I play, and is it rewarding?
Nope. I was
just
thinking.
Be careful if you have a penchant for sticky fingers. You don't. Maybe you want to avoid it because it will give you the idea.
I honestly thought this was the reboot of the franchise at that point, right? When Thief came back out way back then, I kind of thought this would be like, oh, cool, like we're back. Thief is coming back, and then it disappeared.
I really hope there's another one. I'll buy that up in an instant.
Yeah. Speaking of disappearing, though, Scott, Deliver Us Mars delayed on PS5, PS4, lifted out to February 2023. Dude, February's getting more and more games now. Here we go again. Sci-fi adventure game Deliver Us Mars has joined Hogwarts Legacy in a delay that pushes it back to the 2nd of February on 2023. Originally set to release on PS5, PS4 next month, Scott. Like that's quite the push, right? So studio Coking Interactive says it wants to make sure that the title is, quote, the best it can be at launch, end quote. We're all used to that statement right now at this point, right? So it's just one of those things they want more time. They got to make sure everything's polished and kind of cleaned up. But yeah, and now it joins Hogwarts. You got pushed as well, and there's a bunch of other games too. Arc Raiders got moved. Like, dude, everything's getting moved out of here. Forspoken got moved, so like there's just a ton of games getting shipped over. Pandora tomorrow. Frontiers of Pandora, the Avatar game coming. I know.
Split a cell on your head now.
Yeah, I sure do.
Where it lives forever.
But yeah, it's one of those things. Like crap, there goes another one, man. Like everything's getting moved. It's just weird how we see these dates, these games announce the date, and then at what point can you go, is this actually going to happen, or is it just going to be another delay?
Yeah. Oh man, where's Avowed?
Dude, we've heard nothing on that game.
I was
like nothing.
I really haven't been looking, but at the same time, I just haven't seen anything.
There hasn't been anything to look for. That they announced Avowed and then vanished. It's funny because I always got I got Forspoken in the back of my mind, and I know there is Avowed, but Forspoken's kind of taking the forefront for me. I'm really excited for Forspoken. It looks really cool, but they delayed that one as well. But yeah, I always think of the two for some reason hand in hand, but Avowed had an announcement trailer and then vanished. Like that was it.
They had to get out of the same calendar year as Elden Ring.
Well,
it's like the exact opposite of what Skull and Bones is doing.
Dude, let's get into some new PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games are on the way. Dude, one of my favorite
PlayStation
games.
Plus and Triple Plus.
That's the one.
Just quick translation for me.
They're adding 12 games next week. Stop it. This is Dalton Cooper over at Gamerant. Well, while the new PlayStation Plus tiers are still in their infancy, Sony has already started establishing patterns with them. Whereas the free PlayStation Plus games are revealed at the end of the month and added at the beginning of the next one, it seems that the new PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games will be added in the middle of each month. So here comes 12 new games coming next week. Bugsnax, Dead by Daylight, Everspace, Ghost Recon Wildlands, still the better one to this day, Scott.
Yeah.
Metro Exodus, Monopoly Madness, Monopoly Plus, Trials of Mana, Uno, Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami? Scott, is that
Kiwami? Yeah, I think it's
whatever.
I think it's a stress on the Wami part.
Gotcha. And then the Kiwami as well, part 2. So there's 12 more games coming to PlayStation Plus.
This is another opportunity for you to play Bugsnax.
Nope. Still refuse to play
it. I've been bothering you with that for probably more than a year now.
Dude, I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I get it. A lot of people like it, but it is not for me in the slightest. There's no way I want to get into that game.
It makes me think of Ooblets. I feel like I might appreciate Ooblets more. I really like that.
Oh, fair enough. Jeez. Scott, we do have a couple games out today, though. What do we have?
We have Blossom Tales 2, The Minotaur Prince on Switch and PC. And we have Roller Drome on PlayStation 4, 5, and PC. I'm really curious about Roller Drome.
I want to know if it's coming to Plus or how that one's going to work. I want to check it out, but it's one of those things, like, I just don't know once I get it if I'm actually going to stay invested with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really strange. You know, it reminds me of Jet Set Radio, but with guns, which again is kind of like Sunset Overdrive, but this looks much different.
I hear a lot of people talking good things about it, right? I think that's the biggest thing. There's a lot of buzz around the game, so I might just have to kind of jump in. It's got a unique art style, and I'm always down for something cool like that. So we'll see, but
the return of roller skates.
It's a bit of a shock, isn't it? They're all over the place right now, dude. Do you ever play Ollie Ollie World?
No, that's another one that I've been looking at.
Oh,
and
really?
Just kind of wondering what's going on with that. I want to try it.
Ollie Ollie World's really cool. It is Ollie Ollie, and the Ollie Ollie World 2 kind of thing is a blast. I've been getting into some downhill biking games lately. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
Oh, you know, there's a few of those like a year ago too. Yeah.
You remember
funny how things go in waves.
Remember the BMX games from back in the day?
Yeah, it just makes me think of Dave Mirra. Actually, I played a lot of Dave Mirra BMX games.
Absolutely, yeah. Rest in peace, that franchise, and the Tony Hawk now as well,
and the man himself.
That's
Dave Mirra, that is, not Tony Hawk. He's doing fine as well as I.
Yeah, he's coming to the metaverse. Enjoy that one when it comes there with the sandbox. But Scott, that's going to be it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us live at 11 a.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, I'm Drew, that's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.